Throughout the year of 2010, the games I played the most of were Final Fantasy VIII, Fullmetal Alchemist 2, and I played a hell of a lot of Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and I can honestly say that I played a little bit too much of this game to the point where the person who got me into it, my cousin, refused to play the game with me once I figured out how to do things aside from just pressing square and occasionally hitting triangle and getting mollywopped all over the place. He didn't want to play with me. My friends didn't want to play with me. And what you're seeing right now is a video on my own channel of which I was playing my little brother coming home from winter break, and he was saying he could beat me, and he didn't. And he was upset when he realized that I beat him in less than a minute. And played too much of that. And the other game I played a little bit too much of was Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah, my buddies and I, we was like, hey, let's go through all the Kingdom Hearts games that were available at the time. And I was like, oh, I played 2 a lot since release. I know the ins and outs, and it was like, alright, cool, and let's play, let's talk about it. And they were, astonished at the things I was able to do in the game that they had never seen before. And I'm telling them about techniques and frames and all this, and like, bro, what in the world are you talking about? How do you know all this? And I was like, I played the game a lot, but I'm not here to talk about my console experiences and what I went through with those. This is about my journey with my very first MMO called Luna Online. And it all started in the summer of that year when I saw an advertisement for it, and I was like, hey, this looks pretty cool, I'll give it a shot. This map, this area, these surroundings, this is where everything began. I wish that at the time I knew how to use the in-game recorder, because oh my goodness, there were so many people here, and it was just like, my goodness, are these, or at least in my mind anyway, are these actual people? What's that? Why do they look like this? Who is that? Who is that? How do I get out of here? What's with this music? It sounds different than what I listen to all the time. And then I saw a slime. I'm like, oh, what's that? Is that an enemy? Can I kill it? Why is it talking? And I was clicking around and pressing buttons and looking at my surroundings, and I was just taken aback by how everything looked. And this was a game I could play on my computer anytime I wanted, because again, before I played this, the only experience I had with games were consoles and handhelds. So this was fresh, exciting new experience for me. And I was running around the area, and then I saw that giant mushroom right there. I'm like, oh my god, what is that? Why is it so big? Can I fight it? Am I allowed to fight it? Granted, I was a level 1 character, and I saw something that's level 1. I don't know if I can take it on, but I'm gonna hit it anyway. So I ran up to it, and I threw hands with it, and this is what I thought was gonna happen when I saw it the first time, but it one-shot me, and I was like, oh, I died. Where's the game over screen? Turns out, these just little text box comes up. Oh, you've died. What do you want to revive? I'm like, I can revive? I don't get a game over screen if I die? That's so cool. After a bit of moseying around the starting area, I eventually found my way to a place called Arca Harbor. And I was surprised that there were what seemed to be about double, triple, quadruple the amount of people in the area. Now, granted, again, I don't have any footage, unfortunately, of the original official server, and what you're seeing right now is a video from a private server. I'll get to those later. But when I saw all the people and all the talking it felt like I was in an anime, in where I got transported to a different world, and I was walking around trying to figure out how I got here. What do I do? Where do I go? But then I see all these people in this gargantuan sense of community, and even though I hadn't even cleared the 30-40 minute mark of being in the game, all of a sudden I just felt like I belonged there. It felt great. I loved being there, seeing all these people, seeing all these outfits and stuff, and looking at everyone talk. And at first I was a little intimidated to type and say something, so I just ran up and waved to random people. And to skip ahead a couple weeks, I made my way to about level 30, 40, and I started just going to random areas, because when you level up enough, you get a box that you open, and you get a teleport scroll that just lets you go wherever you want. So I made my way to the area you're seeing on screen, and when I first got here, I heard sounds of fighting, and I pan my camera, and in this general area, I saw a guy getting stomped out by those monsters over there. So I figured I'd go help him and save him from de-leveling, and because I wasn't the, I guess, minimum level to take him on, it was a little bit of a tough fight, but I managed to take him out, help the guy out, and he was like, "Oh man, thank you so much." And I was like, "Alright, yeah, I'll see you around." So I was trying to leave, but you can't use your teleport scrolls when you're in combat stance. So it took some time, and he was like, "Oh man, thanks, I was struggling and I didn't want to de-level. I already de-leveled twice here." And I was like, "Alright buddy, that's fine and cool, but I'm gonna go on about my business, so I'll see you later," and stuff. And he was like, "No, wait, I gotta, you wanna be friends? You wanna join my guild?" And at that point, I had already teleported away. Another time jump of about a month and a half. Again, I was building up my reputation as a guy who always had information, always had some really cool items on him, and a guy that just knew stuff. And once again, I saw the guy getting mollywopped by monsters, but this time he was on a different character, so I had no idea who he was. So again, I ran over, helped him out, got the monsters off his back, and he was like, "Hey, you're that guy that helped me out a while ago." And I was like, uh-oh, I don't know. But this time, he was even more persistent about it, and he was the first player in the game to approach me not as a customer or someone who just will want to try to undercut me for information, but he was the guy who just wanted to be my friend. And I was like, I probably shouldn't be running from this guy so much. So I messaged him back and I was like, "Hey, let's be bros." And from then on, we hung out every day. When I was online, he was online. He invited me to his guild, Squad Zero. I met a lot of great people there, and every day we'd be joking around, fighting stuff together, leveling characters and classes together, figuring out the true inner workings of the game and the combat system. Because while I did know a lot, I didn't know things about, say, level 75 classes and anything that was unreleased. And we had a pretty good time figuring all that stuff out. And once word got around that, oh hey, the information broker guy and the cool item guy joined the guild, all of a sudden our popularity just skyrocketed. So people knew who we were, and every time we were in the area, like, oh hey, it's Squad Zero, hey, how you doing guys, and all that stuff. And the popularity was cool and all, but at the end of the day, it started to get a little bit tiresome, and I just wanted to be a regular old player again and hang out with my buddies. Unfortunately, all good things had to eventually come to an end, and there was an expansion for the game that came out in 2011 called Luna Plus, and it was essentially the base game, but at least to a lot of the non-day one players, it made everything about 8 times better. And during that time, our guild decided to have a guild war with another friendly guild. So Team A would be in that area over there, and Team B would be in a different map. And essentially the way guild wars worked is that you fight the enemy team. Whenever someone goes down on the enemy side, they lose points, and we gain points, and vice versa. So we were forming plans, coming up with strategies. We had a lot of people in the guild at the time. We had our rogues with our tanks, and our healers with our casters, and all this, that, and the other. We spent a long time figuring all this stuff out. We made maps on Skype, we made battle strategies, we had contingency plans, and it was shaping up to be a pretty good fight. However, our guild leader decided to up and hop ship and run away the second things didn't go according to plan. And when you have a guild war going on, if at any point, if the guild leader either transfers over leadership or just logs off, the whole fight just stops. And when that happened, everyone was like, what in the world just, huh? Come to find out, he doesn't really like when things don't go his way, and that led to a whole lot of drama. People started fighting with each other, endless shout matches on Skype, people getting stabbed in the back, and also, come to find out, the guild leader was just planning to throw the fight anyway, because apparently he was getting sick and tired of us for whatever reason. He wanted to destroy our reputations. And that also unfortunately happened during the very end of the game's lifespan, because people stopped playing the game because they didn't like the Plus expansion. So in the last few weeks of the game, we just hung out, did what we did as normal, and then come to find out that one of our friends found a private server that we could play on, and some of us were not too keen to the idea of playing on a private server, but most of us did it anyway, and it turned out to be a pretty good experience. And there are still Luna private servers that go on to this day, like the one you're seeing right now, Celestia Luna, and that's how I still to this day continue to play my very first MMO. And when it was time to play a different game just for the sake of keeping up with everybody, that's when I found out about Elsword. Before I get into Elsword, while I didn't find very many images and screenshots that I and my friends took of each other, the two that I do have, I look back on them every now and then, and I just remember the good old days, and it makes me feel pretty good, and I'd like to go back to those days at some point. While the entire old crew may not be together and hanging out anymore, wherever they are. Even if, some of us ended on bad terms, I genuinely hope that they're doing okay and that they're keeping their head up out here in the world. Yeah, Sword. Download the game, played the game. I did a lot of PvP on it. It was pretty cool. Felt like I was playing a fighting game on my computer. My buddy of mine who played the game got me into it when the character Chung came out, and I played it for quite a while. It was cool, but over the years, it started getting stale. PvP was starting to be not so fun anymore because the whole matter of if you don't have gear, you can't win, and if you do have gear, you're a scumbag, and blah blah blah. So throughout the years, all my friends stuff, we started to drift away from it, play different things, and then buddy of mine who I met through Sword, of which I'm still friends with today along with everyone else I met through the game, told me about a game called PSO2, and I was like, bro, what what'd you just say to me? He's like, bro, PSO2, it's a thing. And I played PSO1 on Dreamcast, played the crap out of it. So when he told me about it, I was like, oh man, I gotta get this right now. So he sent me a couple screenshots, and he sent me a link to download the game, register, do all that and the other. And I played the crap out of it. I'm playing since 2013. I still play it, although not on a tremendously consistent basis as compared to what I used to, because while PSO2 was good and cool and all, and I had friends to play it with, when people started to drift away from that, and I was pretty much one of, if not like one of four people who consistently played it, and I started to miss the sense of community I felt when I played Luna every day. The community again was really strong, and for like my first few months of playing Sword, there was also a strong tie of community in there, and I missed it, and I wanted something like it. But throughout the time, my computer started chugging real bad because my little brother would download ROMs of Pokemon games and other GBA games, not really knowing what he's doing. Coming to find out, computer is loaded with garbage, and it took damn near about 5 minutes to open Chrome. So I take the computer in, computer got wiped, got upgraded, all that and the other. Lost all of the Luna screenshots that I personally took. I was kind of sad about that. And when the computer came back for me upgraded, the IP ban happened, so I lost my account. So I was like, well, I guess I'm done with PSO2. And I went back into playing games on consoles and stuff. But one day, while I was browsing the PSN store, I saw Final Fantasy XIV. I was like, when did this come out? Why have I never heard of it until now? I haven't seen anything about YouTube. I haven't seen anything on social media. Like, wow, this is... I'm gonna give this a shot. Turns out, I didn't have money, haha, but there was a free trial. So I played that up until, I think level 27. And my free trial ran out because, school and all that. But when I was going through that, I remember, this kind of sucks. Because I was comparing it to the speediness of the games I played, like PSO2, Sword, S4 League, Free Jack, all those games. I was like, man, this is really slow. Kind of sucks. But it was cool when I had it. But then I found out that it's also a subscription game. And because, I was a high school kid that didn't have that much money, there was no way I could afford, a subscription after buying the game. So I was like, oh, well, I want to play it, but I don't want to have to pay for it. So I just, quite frankly, stopped thinking about it. Like, I knew it was there, but it didn't take up any headspace. Like if I saw it, oh man, that looks cool. Can't wait to one day play it, but you know, I don't have money. So then, time skip of to last year, the end of last summer. I just got out of a really bad job. I was working, and I was on a Final Fantasy binge. I started playing Opera Omnia. I bought, let's see. I bought 9, 10 and 10-2, Type 0, 12, and World of Final Fantasy. And then I was browsing Netflix one night, and I found a show called Final Fantasy Data Light. And I was like, is this a Netflix show based purely off of Final Fantasy? What in the world? So I watched it, and a couple hours later, I finished it. And after getting all the happy, feels good man tears out my face, I was on Discord with a friend of mine, and I was like, I'm buying Final Fantasy 14 right now. She said, what? And I said, I am downloading Final Fantasy 14 right now. And she was like, you're lying. So I Snapchatted myself, going into the PSN store, buying the complete edition, and downloading the game. And that's how I got to playing Final Fantasy 14. English is hard sometimes. And enjoying the hell out the game. Whew, man. This is really long. This is the longest video I've made so far. My goodness. And, man. Coming up next will be why I like the game so much, how I stuck with the game, what kept me playing the game, and why I believe this is one of the best video game purchases I have ever made in my life so far. Oh my goodness, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, I thank you a lot, because this took a long time to make. This took more time than what I thought it would. And yeah, hopefully I can get the next one done before next week Friday. And hopefully it won't be this long. So again, thank you for watching this for this long, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.